Hello my friends, it's Sherry. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel, Turquoise Dreaming. I'm here today for hashtag #stashtotreasure. This is an open collab that's been going on during January and February. So we just have a few weeks left, but you can still join in. Anyone can just join in anytime, any week, and just have some fun with us crafting. The hosts are myself, Susan from Susan House Art, Helen from Moss Cottage, and Maria from Maria's Miscellany. And all of their links will be below so that you can go and check out what their ideas for using this week's prompts. Excuse me. And this week's prompts are stickers, washi tape, masking tape, duct tape. So many choices, right? Yeah, that's what I thought when I wanted to use them all, but it's just you could do so much with those prompts that you don't have to use them all when if you do a video and you want to join in the crafting fun during this collab. You can pick one, and there's also options down under the prompts, which will also be down in my description box, so you can choose, or you can do your own thing if you want to show us something new, something from your stash. The idea is to use something from your stash and to repurpose it. And make a treasure, reuse it, recycle it. That's what it's all about during this collab. So let me show you what I'm working on, and then we'll do some crafting together. But I've been anxious to use, on Tag Tuesday, I used the packaging from these vintage lady stickers. They're like washi stickers that I had ordered. And I was anxious to use the actual ladies. So I'm using some of these today, but the packaging I used on Tuesday, on my Tag Tuesday, was the packaging, and those ladies were already on the packaging. Like, I didn't put a sticker on there. That's what the packaging looked like, with like an example of the ladies that were inside the package, right? So now I'm using the ladies. So, and I have some other washi stickers here and some Tim Holtz paper, which I will show you in just a second. But so far, I decorated some envelopes, and I used some file folder, which I have right here, to make what I have here. So I used some of that Tim Holtz paper on the file folder and made these. I made this one into a tag shape, but what I really wanted to make was kind of more like a journaling card, and that was my intention. But then I saw how beautiful this. I've never used it before, and I've had it since October. Why haven't I used it? It's so beautiful. I forgot how beautiful it was. I mean, I know I ordered it because I thought I loved it. When I saw it, I saw Tim Holtz use it on one of his videos. I was like, oh my goodness. And then I bought it. It was actually on sale on Scrapbook.com if you want to look for it. But I had bought it. They had a 50% off sale, or some kind of percentage off. Maybe it wasn't 50% off. Anyway, it was on sale and I got some. So look how beautiful this is. This is it without any additions. This piece here I didn't add to, with the roses on it. Those roses I didn't want to cover up. And it's cool because I'll show you, but you put it on your, like you can use it however you want. You can tear it up if you want and use it however you want. But you put a whole piece on a file folder. It's kind of like, I felt like I was cutting up a master board, but it's all the collaging is already done for you. And so when you cut it up, you don't know exactly how it's going to turn out. And so this is how the roses turned out. See, they're similar but different. And isn't it beautiful? Aren't they beautiful? I was just like amazed when I used it today. So the other pieces I cut up into, like I said, I wanted to make drilling cards, so I just rounded the corners. But this is all of that Tim Holtz paper with one of the ladies on. Like this, some of them are two ladies and some of them are one lady. So this is one of the double ladies here. This has a single lady. And I have used the washi stickers before, and I really like how they kind of blend into whatever you put them on, pretty much. And so they look like they've always been there, like it was part of the original, like Tim Holtz paper or something. So let me show you. And then here's the next two ladies. And like if they're no matter how dark or light the color on them is, I can see through them. Like I can see the music under her and the words under her. And this is actually the Halloween paper that I used. It's called, let's see, where does it say? Halloween, and then there's some French words after that. But it does say Halloween right there. But that's why I got it, and I left it out. Because when I saw Tim Holtz use it, I thought, well, it doesn't really look Halloween-y, you know what I mean? So I left it out because I figured I would use it in here. And I've, it's something that I've had in the back of my mind, like I need to use that because, I remember it was so beautiful, but I forgot how beautiful it actually was until today. But since it said Halloween, I was like paying attention to it and trying to figure out why it is Halloween. So there's not really much on here that screams Halloween, except I remember Tim Holtz pointing out like the flowers. Some of the flowers like these right here might look a little, I don't know, not so bright and beautiful, like almost like they're dying, like on their way out. So maybe that's the Halloween part of it. But so much, it's so beautiful. It didn't really, that's a beautiful flower there. So most of it didn't remind me of Halloween. There was one that has the word night on it. One of these. Oh, this one right here. See, it has the word night. I don't know. I was just trying to figure out why it was Halloween. But since it said Halloween, I came across this one lady in a dark. I guess that's a black. She has a black on, so I put her on there, trying to make it look more Halloweeny, but it still doesn't look Halloweeny to me. So anyway, those are gorgeous, and see, they're all back. File folder on the back. And this file folder, I don't know where I got it. I don't know if it was one of my own, where I had it somewhere where it was exposed to sun, or because at work they're not really exposed to sun, except for I maybe had some in a window at work. My previous office where I worked, I had a window where I might have had some file folders sitting there and by the window, and there, see how it's two shades? The sun kind of bleached this top of this out. I noticed. I bet that's where I had it. I had no idea until just now when I thought about it, why it was sun bleached. But I thought that was a nice effect. So it only helped my crafting, right? So those are what I've done so far with the ladies and the Tim Holtz paper. The Tim Holtz paper wasn't washi or stick or anything. It's just paper. I wasn't actually sure or I actually didn't remember until I opened it. I was like, I wonder if this is sticky. But it wasn't. So also I decorated how I started before I made the journal cards there. I made some envelopes. So that was my original idea, to use these lady washi stickers with, sewing type related something or other to put into, well, they can be put into any journal, but I started out with this one, and I have a sewing pattern sitting right here. So I was looking at it, trying to see if I could kind of make a little sewing envelope, like the sewing envelopes that all your instructions and your tissue come in. So that's how I started out with this one. So I put the ladies in the middle, just like the sewing pattern. I got my little letter stamps and stamped the word simplicity here. I got my number stamps and stamped the number 5, cut out the little price that was on the flap of the sewing envelope and put a little cluster there. So that was the first one. I actually took the measuring tape from the flap too and put it right there, and then a piece of the pattern instruction and put it on the back. So that was the first one. And then I went with these. So these are kind of all the same because I really like how they look on this is sewing pattern instruction paper, not the tissue. So I put a piece of that on all the fronts of these. This one I put the number stamp right there and a little cluster and some of the paper on the back. These, did I put paper on the back? No, I didn't put paper on the back of these. I didn't want to put paper on the back of all of them. So I didn't know if I want to glue them down or what. So, but I did put it on the front with a little stamp there, the same number 5, and a couple of the little ladies. So, and I didn't put a cluster on there because I really like seeing how this came out. Again, kind of gave you that masterboard feel, like you cut it up and you don't know what it's going to look like. And then, see, this is just a piece of a skirt there and some words. I cut off the extra blank part of the instructions so I have all kind of, you know, the text and the whatever illustrations they had. But other than that, I just cut off the extra blank part so I wouldn't have any blank on these. So let's maybe we'll see what we have time for. I have 2 pieces of file folder. I don't need 2, so let me put that one over there, and I'll show you how I did this. This first. This is how it came, you know, in this little tube. And I don't think I'm going to need this right now. Let me move this out of the way, and I'll grab it if I need it. But yeah, it just comes with this little tube. It's just like tissue paper. That's what it feels like. So I decided to use with it my craft bond. This is permanent glue. You know, it's a glue stick, but it's permanent. So I would say I've had a lot better. There's very few things that I'll use the washable glue with. Like very few, like one thing, like napkins. It holds napkins down. But other than that, I use this glue. It's Elmer's Craft Bond Extra Strength Permanent Bond. So in case you are not familiar with it, I just want to say that the permanent is the main word you want to look for when you're looking for a glue stick. You know, I haven't tried a lot of glue sticks as far as that goes. Like a lot of people like the Amazon or whatever other kind of glue sticks there are out there. But I tried this one because someone on YouTube highly recommended it. And so I tried it, and I am not one to go and buy like 10 different glues and waste my money and have all these glues that I'm not using. I just kind of try to pick a few favorites and go with that because I just don't want a lot of glues sitting and waste my money on a lot of glues that I'm not going to use, you know what I mean? Like, if I don't like them, and so if I find one I like, I kind of stick with it. So, you know, I'm not wasting my money on glues I'm not going to use and have glue cluttering up my craft room. You know what I mean? Like, then you feel guilty, like, oh, I got to use this somehow. I paid money for it. So this is what I'm doing, kind of trying to get the glue all over this file folder. And now, see, I'm looking at it. You have a few seconds of wiggle room here, but not too much before it dries. So I think I have glue all over there. I probably didn't need it all over, actually. I'm talking and not paying attention. But see, this is how big it is. So I'm just doing this and keeping it, I haven't cut it off the roll yet, and just kind of putting it down. If you get wrinkles, it's okay. You know, you don't have to worry because I think I did it twice to get the tags I just showed you. And the first time I think I got a couple of wrinkles. And the second time I don't think I got any wrinkles. See how I have a little bit of playroom here. And I can just do this, smooth it out. I got the glue all over. Now I'm going to, before I even cut it, I want to make sure it's all pressed down into the glue. Oh, I'm about to sneeze here. Pressed down into the glue so that I don't have any bubbles or loose spots under there. So you can use whatever bone folder, credit card, whatever you use for this type of thing. I'm just using my hand. There's a little spot there, but I think it'll be all right. I'm just trying to get it down into the glue. There was one where I had a loose spot. I'll show you. I don't think I pointed it out. This one right here had a little bit of loose spot right here, and I took a couple of other washi stickers and put over it. You know what I mean? So you can't see the loose spot anymore. And it was just like barely loose. It was like partially loose. So I have a washi sticker here, and this lady right here is another washi sticker that I added. But you wouldn't really know that. I mean, it doesn't matter one way or the other, but you wouldn't really look at it and say, oh, she added some stickers. you can't really tell. You think it's all part of the pattern, right? So, okay, I got this down. I'm going to cut it off over here. Let me turn it over so I can see the edge of my file folder. And yeah, we might not have time to make another envelope, but at least we'll make some of these and go from there. We'll see what we have time for. But yeah, and then I just rolled this back up and put it in my little tube. I'm trying to get it tight here. There we go. Yeah, there's quite a bit on there. I looked, you can still see it there, but I looked at the container before the video, and it has 6 yards in here. And you can see this is maybe, what, a foot? 8.5 by 11 folder. So maybe a foot or 11 inches or whatever. So 6 yards will go a long way. And yeah, it just comes with this little lid so you can keep it all in there. So, okay, so now I do need my paper cutter real quick. Forgot that I needed it for this. And this is just about dry, so I should be able to run it through here without getting glue all over my paper cutter. Alright. Alright, so there we go. Just cut that extra off of there. And then there's a little sliver up here that I didn't cover with the paper, so I'm going to cut that off. Sorry if I'm shaking the camera a little bit. And then, let's see, edge to edge is good. In fact, I have some that I need to cut off here. On this side, a little bit of extra paper. So when I'm going to need to cut this in. I'm going to need a paper cutter again in a second. But when I cut this, I will check it to make sure the edges are all glued down also. That's what I did already, too. Now see see how pretty it is, and how it gives you that masterboard effect as far as the layering. You've already, Tim Holtz or whoever does his actual collaging. That would be nice to think that Tim Holtz himself actually did this collaging, right? Maybe he did. We don't know. I don't remember if he said that he did it or not, but he might have. But anyway, see how he's already done. We'll assume he did it. See how it gives you that masterboard effect. It's got all the different patterns here, music, here the fonts and different things, the gate here, the florals. So really pretty, really pretty. So now that I cut it up, no, I didn't measure. I just figured I'd probably get 4 pieces out of here. So just went like this and cut it up, eyeballing it. See how it comes out. I think it's more fun than measuring, right? So there we go. I'm trying not to shake the camera. So there we cut that rose right in half that time. Different from the other 2, right? So then I just rounded the corners. I will check the edges though like this to make sure they're all solid. And if there are any loose edges, I just go under the edge with my glue stick again. But these are all down. And I don't see any spots where it's loose in the middle or anything like that one I showed you where I added the washi stickers. So here's a loose edge right there. So we'll get that. That happens in masterboards too. You know, if you've ever done a masterboard, sometimes you'll cut it up and you'll get a loose edge. And then just add a little glue under there and good to go. Yeah, I don't know what this edge was here, but I've got a little bit of looseness here. But it's not because the glue didn't hold, it's because, I don't know, I just probably didn't get enough glue there, or it dried before I got my paper down. So let's see if this one's good the rest of the way. Yep, I think so. A little bit of something right there. I might just put it. This glue I almost treated it like Mod Podge or something. I went right over things and it dries, you know, so you don't see it, you know, it's not shiny, or, you know, you can't see it if you put it on top of something. Okay, so here is our pieces. Now, here's the other stickers that I use. I just wanted to show you in case we don't use them. These I believe I picked up with one of my Your Creative Studio boxes. I believe that's where I got these. And they came in this package here. They say deco stickers, in case you want to look on AliExpress or something for these. But they're very pretty washi stickers too. So I'm sure Amazon has them too, but they're probably cheaper at AliExpress or that new website, Temu. So, but here's a little lady that was in there. So very pretty vintage style stickers, and there's flowers in there too. You know, all that kind of thing. So let's see. Let's see what we can do with our ladies. I did round the corners of the other ones because I could turn these into tags or journaling cards if I ended up like, oh, I want a tag. I want this to be a tag. I could add, you know, punch a hole and add a topper. But right now I'm just, I don't really want to punch all of these right now. It'll take time to do that. But I kind of want them to be finished, so if you don't mind, I hope that's not too loud. Actually, let me pause real quick and I'll do it and I'll be right back. Okay, yeah, I rounded all those corners. I wasn't sure if that was coming through too loud on the camera either, you know, on the video. I noticed some people will do something in their video like that, or not necessarily that particular thing, but they'll do something where, you know, it may not be too loud when they're doing it where they are in their room or whatever, but on the camera, these microphones are so good that it just, it sounds, when you're listening to it, you're like, oh my goodness, I hope they're done with that soon. It's so loud type of thing. So that's why I paused. I was like, I hope that's not coming through too loud, you know, where it's just really disturbing someone. So anyway, here's my little pieces. And so let's see, they're so gorgeous, right? Let me see where I want to put something here. So this is, see the roses? Now I can put something here, something here, something here, something down here. Let's start with this one because this has more of a blank spot. And they're all kind of like green and red, but vintagey looking. So let me see what I can find here with my ladies. I'll do it over here so you can see what I'm going through here. I haven't used her yet. I wonder if she would be pretty somewhere. I kind of want them to match a little bit, if possible, like, but they don't have to. If I could find somebody with some green on, that would be awesome. Oh, here's a red lady. Oh, she's going to be perfect with this rose right here. See what I mean? So these seem to come off pretty easily. You know how you have trouble taking some of the backing off some of these washi stickers. All I did, now watch it not work on video, but all I did was kind of go like this on the head part because it's more, see how it's wider, and it kind of got more thin up here, and it's just easy for me to grab and go like this. And then it kind of came loose just by going like this. Told you it wouldn't work on video. Let me mess with it for a second here. I can see it starting to come loose, but it's just a matter of getting in there. And you may have already a trick that you use for getting the washies off. You can use a little, like a pokey tool or something, and get in there, and sometimes that works. But I might have to pause and get this if it doesn't come off. There it goes. Okay, so what I did was, these are new, like I just bought these, right? But then I think they may be plenty sticky, but I don't usually trust any stickers, so I'm going to put her on here. She's going to look beautiful right here. So I've just been doing this with my glue stick. I think I'm going to need a new one here soon. But I've just been doing this. And like I said, this glue, if you get extra on here, it it dries up and disappears. And I mean, you can't see it now, but it dries up and you don't know that you put any extra on there. So I've just been doing that, and then I put my little sticker down. I'm going to put her right here, I think. I don't want her too high because she'll just look like she's floating. So I'm going to put her right here by this flower. She's like the same color. And there you go. And then I just was doing this kind of with my fingernail. So again, you can use whatever tools you would like. I just don't want to rip anything. And the other day I almost ripped something with my little like scraper that I use to flatten things out. And ever since then I've been paranoid to use it. I was like, I don't want to rip my pretty papers, right? So, there. Gorgeous. Okay. One down. See, I figured we wouldn't have room to time to do any envelopes, but at least I showed you those. If you have any questions about the envelopes, let me know. But, okay, so we've got a green one. I mean, not green. One with a lot of green. But, you know, that doesn't really matter about the colors. You can put any color you want, but I just want to see if one jumps out at me, you know, that would go better than another one. Like here's a pretty blue. This lady would go beautiful right there. Sometimes I decided because I wanted her to cover a bigger area, so she's got a big, beautiful dress on there, so she would cover up this bottom part, so she would probably look very beautiful right there. And, oh, here's another. Look at this one. This lady has a gown on, too. She's gorgeous. Let me see how she looks real quick. I can't take too much time. Actually, I think this one's going to go good there. Let's go ahead and put her down because we're about to run out of time. And in case we don't have time to do any more, we'll at least get this one down, maybe. You can feel it coming loose. And you just have to I just kept messing with it until it came loose. I don't want to waste my time here though, because I don't have very much of it left. Let me pause. It's just about, oh, here it comes. See, every time I say that, it comes off. When I just get ready to pause, she comes off. Okay, so I get her off first because I don't want my glue to dry. And I try not to let her curl up and, you know, stick to herself. So it's ruined her. I can't get her apart or whatever. So I usually get her off first so she's ready to put down. So I can put my glue down and not have the glue dry up while I'm trying to unstick her from the back. You know what I mean? Like if it takes a minute and then your glue dries and you got to put down more glue and, you know, you're going through that cycle. So this is how I've been doing it. Getting her off first, off the backing, put my glue down, and then put her down. Whatever lady or ladies that I'm using. So, same process here with the fingernail. Sorry if I'm shaking the camera. But I kind of get around the edges because they have that edge around them. You know, kind of like that opaque white edge. And I want to get that blended in, and then I kind of go over the rest of it to make sure she's all glued down. But I really like to get that edge down so it kind of disappears as much as possible into whatever you're putting it on. So there's another gorgeous one. Yeah, I could have put her down a little bit more, I think, and her head would have been more visible, but because it kind of blends into that dark flower there. But I think it's fine. It's beautiful. Here's what it looks like. So pretty. There's the other one. We're pretty much out of time, but I think you got the idea. So, yeah, check out the other participants. Their links will be below. But you can also, you know, my other collaborators. That's my timer giving me an alarm there. And I can't find my controller. But thank you for watching today, and I will see you next time. Be sure to check the hashtag #stashtotreasure, and you'll be able to find everybody participating. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.